came across this book, friends, and I thought I might read one or two bits out of it. Rogerson's Book of Numbers, The Culture of Numbers. This one is interesting. 7 circuits of the Kaaba. I like the number 7. It's an important number in our system. But I want to read this because, well, you'll see why. No, actually, that's not the one I wanted to read. This is the one. No, not the 7 archangels either. 7 classical heroes. Notes. Monday's child is fair of face. Friday's child is loving and giving. Blah blah blah. 7 ages of man. How did I lose? 7. This is it. Thanks for bearing with me. Ordering the 7 heavens. Moon, Mercury, Venus, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, in that order. The ordering of the 7 heavens is one of the mysteries of each culture, especially as it appears to be linked to everything. The Chaldeans created a very influential list, ordering the Moon, Mercury, Venus, the Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, in that order. This seems to reflect a very exact ascending order based on the observed length of time that they circled the Earth. Based on the observed length of time that they circled the Earth. The Moon, as we know from our months, is 29.5, Mercury 88, Venus circling the Earth. Jupiter is 12 years, and Saturn 29.5. This remains virtually the pattern we follow today, apart from the reordering of the Sun day as the first, not the fourth. Interesting. This ordering seems to have been achieved in the Hellenistic East, where we know that the astrologers of Alexandria had created a hierarchy of Sun, Moon, Mars, etc. So, that is just really what I wanted to reinforce that to say, is that they say that they circle the Earth, because the Earth is not a globe. The Earth is not spinning around them. They are turning overhead. Peace. Well, it would be remiss of me not to touch on the divine trinities. Religions are obsessed by trinities. The Greeks had the Olympian trinity of Zeus, Athena, and Apollo. The Romans, the Capitoline triad of Jupiter, Juno, and Minerva, whilst Egypt's great Nile trinity was Osiris, Isis, and Horus. Further back in time, in Sumeria, the great goddess could be addressed in the forms of Asherah, Astarte, and Anat, just as in the west she could be Diana, Phoebe, and Hecate. Selene herself is bound up with the triple identity of the 3 groups of fates, furies, and graces. And Hecate was often depicted as a triple-headed woman. Little surprise, then, to find Christians shaping their supreme deity around the Trinity of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, or the biblical Jesus' 3-part symbolism rising from the dead on the 3rd day, being denied thrice by St. Peter, and crucified amid 3 crosses. Nor that Muslims regard holiness on this earth as having been possessed for just 3 generations. The Prophet, followed by his cousin and son-in-law Ali, and then his 2 grandsons Hassan and Hussein, popular names. I'll continue with the 3 sons of Adam, Cain, Abel, and Seth, and their fratricidal hatred are well known. Not so Seth, the son granted in place of the murdered Abel. Seth journeyed to paradise for the olive branch of mercy for his father, Adam. In the gardens of heaven he saw a child destined to be born as Redeemer of mankind. There's his 3 sons of Noah, again, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The book of Genesis records that Noah had 3 sons in his 500th year. The great flood came in his 600th year. Shem was the legendary ancestor of the Semites of Arabia. Not from the Caucasus Mountains. Ham of the Hamitic people, whose homeland is North Africa and Ethiopia, and Japheth of the black peoples of Central and West Africa. It was Ham, the youngest son, who derided his father for his naked drunkenness, leading Noah to curse Canaan, one of the oddest of all Old Testament stories, which was later used to justify slavery. 3 powers of Tibet. 3 realms of the Norse: Asgard, Midgard, Niflheim, fashioned by Odin from the corpse of the slain ice giant Ymir. All 3 realms were linked and upheld by the world tree Yggdrasil. Then there's the essential trinity of Hinduism, which is Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma, the absolute universal soul, can be worshipped in his 3 aspects as creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer. I don't think we need to be fearful of the destroyer. It is really just a part of the cycle. Entropy. Brahma is often depicted with 4 heads sitting on a lotus. Vishnu is normally colored blue and either lies on many-headed cobra or rides Garuda. Let's go on a little bit more. One more page. And Shiva is often depicted as the lord of the dance with necklaces of skulls, riding on Nandi, the bull. The consort or feminine form of Brahma is the goddess Saraswati, usually depicted in white on a lotus or sitting astride a peacock or swan. Lakshmi or Bhudevi is the maternal face of Vishnu, just as Parvati is the counterpart of Shiva, also herself known through a trinity of forms as Shakti, Uma, the world mother, astride a tiger, or depicted as the terrifying goddess Kali. And this one I brought to, I mean, people know this, but I brought this to my own attention and to my old channel's attention with my work on trying to come up with a depiction of how Earth looked. And the Triskele, the 3 running legs, is a widespread ancient symbol like the swastika. It symbolizes the continuous movement of the sun and or moon across the sky. Again, it's the sun and the moon moving across the sky, and is thus a badge of power expressing the harmony of the well-ordered heavens and trinity of divine powers. It appeared on some of the early coinage issued in Western Asia, on the shield of Achilles, and as an emblem of Tyr, the Norse sky god. In modern times it remains a symbol and flag of 3 unlikely bedfellows: the Isle of Man, the island of Sicily, and a Russian autonomous region of Ust-Orda Buyat Okrug. There's the 3 wheels of Buddhism as well, so this trinity keeps going on. But I just wanted to say that where this face is where, when I was making my estimations of how the Earth might look, would be the center, but not the North Pole. It would be the sort of African, Mount Meru, maybe this sort of Arabian area, and each of those legs would be the continental areas, either the North America to South America leg, the Africa leg, and the European to Asiatic leg. So that upper heel, the top heel there, would be where, say, China is, and then it can reach around to the Americas. Yep, so I won't belabor that. Trinities. 3 destinations. Don't know about that. So I'm in Winchester at the moment. Don't say that out loud. Trinity out. I thought I would end this video with this beautiful elephant statuette that I came across. I believe it's Asian. It doesn't seem to have the big ears of the African elephant. And this symbolism is, it has Asian overtones to me. But really why I wanted to show you this beauty was this. Really. Old as the hills.